Most people think serious Bible study means reading more chapters, memorizing more verses, or collecting more commentaries. It doesn't. Because if the framework is broken, more reading just means more fragments, and that's the problem. For years, people have been reading scripture through systems that break. Christianity, Judaism, Islam, they all break. And mainstream scholarship breaks. They all hit the same wall eventually. They can explain pieces, but they can't explain the whole structure without collapsing somewhere. They can't explain why the temple matters as much as it does. They can't explain why the calendar matters. They can't explain why the prophets sound like prosecutors instead of motivational speakers. They can't explain why exile and restoration keep repeating in the same forms. They can't explain Revelation without turning it into chaos, politics, or symbolism with no control. And what I've done is different. I have successfully reverse engineered scripture back to its covenant architecture. And I don't mean just themes or parallels or typology, the actual architecture. It's a real working system, and what that means is I can now teach passages the same way the writers built them. Not by flattening them into moral lessons and not by pulling random verses out of context to make people feel spiritual for 5 minutes. I'm talking about the actual structure underneath the text. Sacred space, sacred time, covenant lawsuit, Eden to restoration story direction, Jubilee release, measurement under pressure, and the behavioral framework Yahusha himself taught through. So once the architecture is restored, the Bible stops reading like a pile of disconnected books and starts reading like one integrated covenant system. That's why this course that I've built can explain passages other systems can't. It doesn't break where Christianity, Judaism, or Islam breaks because it isn't built on inherited religious assumptions. It's built on the structure of the text itself, and that's the difference. So this isn't for people who just want another sermon. It's not for people who want a few inspirational verses, and it's not for people who want to stay comfortable, repeat tradition, and pretend they're going deep because they highlighted a chapter and posted a quote. This is for people who are serious, people who actually want to study scripture, people who know something is missing in what they were taught, and people who are tired of fragments, and people who want covenant structure, not surface religion. So if that's you, you can sign up at school.com/undeniable truths, because this course doesn't just give you more information, it gives you the actual framework. And once you have the framework, you stop guessing, you stop patching contradictions, and you stop pretending the chaos is normal, and you start seeing the text the way that it was actually built.